Namaste students, I am Javin Dr. Aziz Mohammed Khan from Department of Food and Biotechnology, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Jyoti Vidyapith Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to discuss about the topic bacteria which are important in the food bacteriology. In the previous video we discussed about the types and classification of bacteria, different types of bacteria and different type of classification patterns which are based for the bacteria. So bacteria are both important in food industry, but also they are also have important role in the food storage as well. So in this video, we are going to discuss about some genus which are important in the food bacteriology. So the first one is Acetobacter. What are the Acetobacter? Acetobacter are the bacteria which oxidize ethyl alcohol to acetic acid. Okay, and they are mostly involved in the vegetables, soaring foods, and they are involved in the alcoholic beverages. Mostly, most of them they are involved in the food spoilage in the alcoholic beverages. Next is genus Aeromonas, that is the gram-negative rod, and they are facultative anaerobes and can be grown at a low temperature also. Some of these genus are have important role in causing some diseases in fish, frogs, and some mammals. So they are pathogenic to us. If these pathogens are uh, pathogenic for the food, then these food material can be transferred to the humans also. Next is genus Alkaligens. Alkaligens is a microorganism group which is involved in the manure, feeds, water, and dust. And they are also some pathogenic type microorganism. Next is genus Altromonas. These genus are found in the seafoods. They are the bacteria which are found in the seafoods. The next example is Arthrobacter. This bacteria is mostly found in the soil, and, uh, and they can be grow at low temperature also, and they are involved in the food spoilage also. Next is genus Bacillus. Bacillus is a very important bacteria to the bacteriology, and it is an aerobic organism. They can be some thermophilic bacteria as well. They can be known as a gas forming bacteria. Bacillus subtilis are also the thermophiles also. Some of them are thermophiles, and the chief role of Bacillus species is in the food storage. Some of them can cause the acid production from glucose. They can produce acid from the glucose or some sugar. So they have some benefit roles also in the food bacteriology, and they also have some important role for in the production of some lactic acid. They can also produce lactic acid from sugar also. So they are important in the food bacteriology. The next genus is genus Brevibacterium. Okay, so these are important in some surface smear of certain cheese. They are used in the production of surface structure of cheese, means finalization of cheese or ripening of cheese. They have important role in the finalization of cheese, pigmentation of cheese, flavoring of the cheese. So these are the basic importance of this genus Brevibacterium. The next genus is Procrotrix, that is the gram positive, and which can grow at the optimum temperature of 20 to 25 degree centigrade, and they are used in the vacuum packed food products. The next genus is Campylobacter, that is known as the Vibrio also, that is belong to also Vibrio genus. The next genus is genus Clostridium. Clostridium is a mostly anaerobic bacteria. Clos- Clostridium is mostly involved in the food spoilage, and it spoils the food mostly very badly, because it can cause some thermal. It has some thermophilic activity, and it can grow at the high temperature also, and cause the gaseous spoilage of canned vegetables also. That is not possible by the normal bacteria, but this Clostridium bacteria can spoil the gaseous spoilage of some canned vegetables also, and sometimes they cause the putrefaction of food, and similarly they cause stormy fermentation of milk, and also cause the gas formation in the cheese. So these all are related to the food spoilage, that are not the beneficial advantage of this genus. The next genus, Corynebacterium, causes some diphtheria also, which is the pathogenic nature of this disease. Next is genus Sulfomaglicum, that is the endosperm forming bacteria, which is found in mostly in the soil, fresh water, and human. Uh, it is responsible for the sulfide stinger spoilage. Spoilage in the canned food. Next genus is Enterobacter. Enterobacter is the genus which is widely distributed, and it is a coliform group. Coliform group means these are the bacteria which are pathogenic to humans, and coliform means these are bacteria which are found mostly in the seaweed plants, and they can be transferred. They they are present in the sewage plants, and can be harmful. They can be harmful for us because they cause some uh, stomach-like problems, some problems in stomach, diarrhea, etc. are caused by these bacteria. And the next genus is genus Erwinia, which is a pathogenic and causes necrosis, gall wells, and it is not a beneficial bacteria for the food bacteriology. The next is genus E. coli Escherichia. Uh, it is a gram-negative rods, and it is mostly found in the nature, and some of them can cause coliform. Not all, but some of them can cause some coliform. And coliform is the term which is used to describe the microorganisms which are found in the sewage, uh, that come that cause the coliforms. Okay, so these are the terms which are described for the pathogenic microorganisms. Genus Flavobacterium is also a orange pigmented species, and which is found in the discoloration and involve spoilage of some shellfish, poultry, eggs, butter, milk. So they are not a good characteristic. They cannot be defined as a beneficial bacteria. The next genus is Gluconobacter, which oxidize ethanol to acetic acid. The next genus is Halobacterium, which are found in the high concentration of salt, high concentration of salts. So they can be used in the preservation, and they can be preservation, or as well they can be used in the disposal of the some fishes, and they can be used in, they can be found in the discoloration of some food materials such as fishes. Next is genus Lapsilia, that is the pathogenic species and causative disease. agent of the pneumonia. So these are the some non-beneficial bacteria. These are the list of some non-beneficial. And now the Lactobacillus family is also there, in which we have some Lactobacillus, which is a very important species in the lactic acid production. Homofermentation is conducted by this Lactobacillus species, and heterofermentation is, is also conducted by the Lactobacillus species. Homofermentation with optimal temperature of 37 degrees centigrade is conducted by some species of such as Lactobacillus bulgaricus, Lactobacillus helveticus. Heterofermentation means fermentation in other products other than the usual, not the all single products. Different kinds of products are fermented in mixture, which is known as the heterofermentation. And the amount of volatile products, including the alcohol, lactic acid, are fermented in the heterofermentation. And these are the some species which are involved in the heterofermentation. These all are the beneficial bacteria for in the food bacteriology. Chief sources of lactobacillus in plant manure and dairy products include some specific lactic acid bacteria also. So the questions arises that why the lactic acid bacteria, lactobacillus bacteria species are beneficial to us. The reason is that they have some characteristics. They have some characteristics by which they can be called as the beneficial bacteria to us. What is the abilities? They have ability to ferment sugar with the production of some lactic acid. Okay, they can produce lactic acid. Okay, and they can produce some gas and volatile products by heat to fermentation process. So they are involved in the production of wines also. That is the point number two. Similarly, they have ability to synthesize different kinds of products like vitamins. So these are the important food products which are produced by the use of lactic acid bacteria only. Only lactobacillus species. They can produce these important group of microorganisms. Sorry, these important group of food products. The next is they are heat resistant or they have some thermodynamic properties, and they can tolerate higher temperature also. So these are some properties by which we can say that lactobacillus bacteria are important in the food industry, and they are involved in different kinds of production of food which are very beneficial in the food industry. So in this video we have discussed about the some example of bacteria which are important in the food industry. In the next video we will discuss about uh, some bacteria which different categories of bacteria which are important in the food industry. So thank you very much.